What's good, everybody? How's
Right.
everybody doing? Sorry for
Hey.
the issues on on things, but
Technical
that's the way that
difficulties.
it
It's
happens.
fine. That's the way we know it happens. I don't know
We've
if
all
you
been
heard me
doing this so
earlier, but I said
long.
I brought the drinks, Kahlief. I brought the drinks. Did you bring your drink?
I have cherry water in here.
That better be
Some
cherry water, son.
cherry water.
Come on.
You get
now.
those syrups that you get when you go to the store and when you make snow cones. I got some of those.
Yeah.
And I put some fizzy water in here. This helps me not
Oh,
drink
okay.
soda. So I'm trying to be
That's what's
fancy. I had
up.
my pinky up when I did it. It was beautiful.
Oh,
Was
okay. Okay.
Was there a memo sent out about these drinks? I'm going to keep this real brief because we have questions to ask you, Kahlief. But did y'all have like a drink memo? I have coffee. That's all I have.
I didn't know. Tracy came through with the drinks, and I was like, I got to find a glass. I have a glass right here somewhere. I know I got something.
All right.
I didn't want to be left out. But thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for pushing through the technical issues.
Absolutely. We
No
appreciate you being here.
problem.
Kahlief, if we could jump right into it, if you could share with our audience who you are and what it is that you're doing with Spawn on Me podcast.
Yeah, my name is Kahlief Adams. I run the Spawn on Me podcast. I like to call us the premier podcast spotlighting people of color in the video game industry. We've been doing this for almost a decade now. We just had our 9th year anniversary back in January of this year. And yeah, I think you come to our show to talk about all the things that you don't hear on other podcasts around blackness, around culture, around about what our contributions are to the space. And hopefully we do that in a smart and fun way that makes you want to kind of dig into it and be a part of our Chicago residency here at Spawn on Me.
Now for maybe the new listeners, can you break down what Chicago is? Because I don't know if you know, I've been listening to Spawn on Me for a long time. I know what that is. Maybe some people at home don't know what that is.
Yeah, maybe some people don't know. Not me,
I mean,
though.
if y'all don't know, what's up with that? Y'all need to get up on. No, I'm just playing. But when we first started the show, it was basically where we started it from. So I was in Brooklyn. My co-founder, Cicero Holmes, was in Chicago. So we decided to mash those two up and make our faux land in which Spawn on Me resides, which is Chicago. So folks are like, broccoli? I don't know why are you promoting broccoli like this? I was like, no, it's Chicago and Brooklyn mixed together. It's Chicago. And people are like, oh, now I get it.
You should be able to extract it, once you hear it, but we're covering the bases just in case. How did Spawn on Me podcast get started?
Yeah, so I was at home. I was at work actually in my IT job, and I was hating my life because I was like, I'm tired of y'all not understanding how mice and keyboards work while I'm trying to teach y'all how the printer works, and you're killing me, Smalls. So it was one of those moments where I sat there and I was like, I want to feel smart. I want to feel like I'm, adding something to this pastime that I love. So we started writing, way back in the day on a blog called the Spawn Point blog, and then decided to sunset that a couple years afterwards and start a podcast. I was a big fan of folks like Giant Bomb and the One Up Show and all those things back in the day, and said, there's no space that has us in it. I don't see any black folks doing this work in that way and kind of showcasing and talking about what we bring to the gaming space, even though I know we're all playing. I know we are folks who are doing this work and being in those spaces. So got on a game of 2K, was playing and ran into this cat while I was streaming it, and he's like, hey, I saw that you write, and we've been thinking about wanting to do some video game content. Let's get together and do something and see what we can do. And that's how Spawn on Me kind of came together. It was me and C coming together, thinking about what the angles would be for that conversation and how we could bridge it out. And yeah, like 9 years later, it's still going strong and making things happen.
That's an amazing story.
Congratulations on
and I
9
love
years.
how
Yeah.
you put it together.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I mean, now we're 9 years later. How do you feel about it all, in contributing to a space that is bringing content to Black voices, and you being a part of that space as well?
It's really humbling. I think, it's one of those things where, you start a side project and then your side project becomes a thing that is a passion project. And then that passion project then gives you kind of a feeling of like, oh, wow, like this is a thing that I can do well. And I'll be honest, it's given me a lot of purpose. It's given me a lot of ability to kind of think, future facing in a ways that I wasn't really doing when I was young. And also it gives a space to be able to talk to our culture in a way that I think we don't really get a chance to see in this gaming space. Like, I think culturally for the media space, we usually trend and kind of index really high on pop culture stuff. We are first movers on everything that's hot. We are the culture. I say that all the time, and I mean it. But it is one of those things of, in the gaming space, you don't really hear about our contributions of what we do. So me trying to be a conduit to bring some of those folks to the forefront, while also, talking about games through my prism as a Black man in the world. I think all of those things, add to this really cool space that we've created. And I hope then that people are digging it, for one, and people are seeing the conversations that we have as smart ones and really interesting ones. And again, I think it's just a thing of reconnecting that idea of nothing on this planet moves that's dope without us, right? Gaming is the biggest space in the world right now in terms of entertainment. We influence this space in ways that no one will give us credit for. So how do we talk about that? And how do we push that to the forefront and make that the understanding that we are making strides here, and we are doing what we need to do to make it dope?
Well said, Kahlief. I really appreciate you touching base on that. I wish we could sit and talk about the podcast and sit with you for much longer than our segment provides, today. And so, of course, we have to find an opportunity to bring you back and find an opportunity to talk about the Spawnomy podcast more. I don't know, maybe like a Burnout Brighter Spawnomy thing.
He's been on before, and he knows. He knows the invitation is always open. Anytime you want to come on, let's just come.
We got to get you both on Spawnomy too. I know that the technical issues kind of shortened it up, but again, the things that are happening today, I need everyone in the chat and everyone who's watching understand that this takes a lot of effort. This takes a lot of work to get together. This is a thing that is for the culture, and it really does help to spread the word about our contributions to the space. So please support it, please give it love, and please give these two wonderful folks all the love, because they've been holding it down and hosting this thing and making it dope. So I've been sitting in the chat watching. So thank you again for having me. It's been brilliant, and I'm sitting in the chat watching and rocking all with y'all.
Wow, those humbling words.
Thanks for your support. Yes.
Appreciate it.
Before you go,
yeah.
Where can people find you, Kahlief? Where can people find you?
Spawnomy drops every Monday, new episodes. You can find it on every podcast platform on the planet. Check out Spawnomy with Kahlief Adams. I'm also hosting a show on NBCLX called The People's Pregame. So you can check that on Peacock TV and NBC. So you can go see that on your television screens. That's the last episode is going to be dropping on this Saturday. So you check that out. It'll be on 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. So go check that out and check out the rest of the show.
Wow, doing amazing
awesome.
things.
You guys go support Kahlief.